everyone. I was listening to a song that was being sung by the church tonight here. But since it's in the atmosphere and goes over the amplifying system very accurately in all parts of the building, I listened to the word. I do my duty. I heard you say, some of you say it, for my country, protecting the flag that way. But it's not, I will do my duty to my country. I will do my duty for my country, protecting the flag that way. You can be as unselfish enough to let whatsoever you do be for some good cause and for others unselfishly. It will be a blessing. How marvelous it is to live in this recognition, conscious of God's ever and omnipresent, and not looking for another, but realizing as God is ever present and omnipresent, when individuals even so much as speak of me as you deem me to be, your deity, and yet they will say, if Father was to go or lose his body, I did not create the heaven and the earth by a body. I'm going there for you to see and know how much more erroneous it is for you to make an idol out of mortality. It's no record given wherein I created the heaven and the earth by a body or with a body. I am just the same with or without a body. Aren't you glad? The body did not do it. I mean God's incorruptible and undefiled, pure and spotless, personified body did not do it. According to the historians, it's written, and the Spirit of the Lord moved out. Did not say anything about the body of God. The recognition of the body came into consideration after I had formed man. out of the dust of the ground. Therefore, the body did not do it. And when any of you wish to worship anybody and bind yourselves to mortality, you are going still downwards to the tomb, and yet prepare no more. When someone said, if Father was to go, I mean the critics, those who do not know that God is from everlasting to everlasting and eternally the same. If Father was to go, what would become of his followers? What would become of them? I am proving to you, and even to the most severe critics, God is operative and expressive without a visibility of himself. When and where there are those who recognize my presence in Europe, in Africa, in Australia, in Switzerland, in New Zealand, and in all of the South American countries, and get the same result, yea, the same results you all get here with me personally. That is telling you definitely God is ever and omnipresent, operative and expressive, incorruptible and undefiled, if you believe it. Yes, sir. But if you do not believe it, God cannot save you whatsoever you may be. Aren't you glad? God is operative and expressive universally. And according to the historians, I did not shape and fashion the earth by a body, by personality, nor by your, nor any other one's mortality. I just want to call your attention further to your friendship. Those who are true followers of mine, they know the friendship of this world is enmity against God. Carnality, in other words, is hostility. Hostility against God. And whosoever is a friend of this world is an enemy to God. If you are followers of mine, you cannot have mortal-minded friends. Here are some in the likeness of women, sisters, our rosebuds, talking about my girlfriend. You are incubating crocodile eggs. You incubate them in your mentality And in your consciousness, when they hatch out plenty of crocodiles. For they are the expression conceived in sin and not in liberty, and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. It's marvelous to behold what it really means to know your God. If you know God aright, Christ is rich and all you need. You have declared my deity, my omnipotence, my omniscience. Who brought about the earth? Who taught God how to form the earth or how to create it without a form? Now who's going to teach you? Aren't you glad? If you did not have a letter of the English alphabet, if you abide in me and in my spirit, I will make you super intelligent. I am the omniscience of the universe. Being omniscient, I feel all space and absence from none. And who is it that's going to teach God anything?
Lord, my God.
All gifts, all talents, all wisdom, all knowledge, and all understanding for all of those who recognize my deity and live thus accordingly. The gifts and talents that are given to the children of men inspirationally, they are given to them for service. And not for commercialization. Not for racketeering and profiteering, but to give service to humanity diligently, conscientiously, and sincerely. And if you put into exchange that which you have, if you have a gift or talent, by inspiration and by intuition, God within you will teach you wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And as aforesaid, the friendship of this world is enmity against God. You may look it up if you wish to in the dictionary. The terms I use and am presently using. To be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. Live in this recognition and build upon this foundation. Just think of it. There are those of you earning from $50 to $75 a week. Who taught you that? Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Let's think of it. Any critic that tries, even desires to criticize, your intelligence, your diction, your information, or mine if you wish to. Just know within yourself they are fighting against the commonwealth of the universe. And it's marvelous to know and see, as it is written of me, I will make your flesh fresher than a child. Why grow old? Why think about getting old? And it's such foolishness. Live in the recognition of my ever and omnipresent. And you will find peace, joy, and happiness now, henceforth, and forever. When you ignore God for anything other than what he grants you to seek after, you may be ignoring your life.
Yes, sir.
And taking on something to put you down once and forever.
It's true, my Lord.
Who has power to forgive sin? With all of your information you may have sought or be seeking. Who has knowledge to give you wisdom?
My Lord.
If I did not have a letter of the English alphabet, I would be super intelligent or make millions of you super intelligent. If I did not have a penny of the English money, American money, I would make you super wealthy, healthy, and happy. Truly might have one say, I give you the keys of the kingdom. That which thou shalt bind on earth shall be bound in heaven. That which you shall loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven. I did not arise to say so much at the time. Merely to stress that point of view for your consideration. The significance of God's actual and ever presence. The little motto for consideration, even in the supplement in Mr. Delmar's letter to the press and back to me again, it declares that I have said the spirit of the consciousness of the presence of God is the source of all supply, and it will satisfy every good desire. If you are conscious of God's presence will automatically create and bring into expression whatsoever is necessary for your life's existence, mentally, spiritually, and physically. the same as it did when it moved only in spirit upon the face of the deep. Upon the waters it said, let there be light, and there was light. It automatically created. God's presence here has automatically supplied the abundance of the fullness of the consciousness of good, and no space is vacant of the fullness thereof. Take these thoughts to consideration and realize, if you are conscious of my presence, what else do you need? God's Spirit moved out upon the face of the waters. And it was all that was necessary. And it's just as operative and just as expressive today as it was the days it moved out on the face of the water. Aren't you glad? Take these thoughts to consideration. Recognize my ever and omnipresence, and you will not have an occasion to fret nor worry for food nor raiment, comfort and convenience, nor for any other good or desirable blessing. God's presence is the creator of all of those things, the operator and expressor of them, and none can hinder him. Aren't you glad? See great wise men dying, committing suicide. What they kill themselves with all of that wisdom for? All of that knowledge and all of that understanding. What they're doing, shooting themselves. And what are they doing? Dropping dead. If they are so much, those of you who know the truth, you know definitely that they are nothing personally. Cannot help you personally. And if all earth failure, having God in consciousness presently and knowing God is present with you, God's presence will supply in every manner expressible and will satisfy your simplest, your greatest, and your every desire. This looks good. To see thousands filled with enthusiasm, with peace and joy and happiness for the consciousness of God's actual presence and what God's presence is actually bringing to them, bringing the desirable results from every angle expressible, satisfying every good desire. I have not done anything yet to what I'm going to do, with or without my personal body. I don't have to have my body. I want you all to know that way. I'm not bothered about my body. I am just as operative and I'm just as expressive with or without it. That's what I'm talking about. And if you cannot perceive and conceive that idea, and let me be with you and take me along with you universally, wheresoever you may be, you will be lost in the sea. It's wonderful.
Yes, really
If
wonderful.
you take me along with you in all sincerity and be true and faithful from every angle expressible, I will be your help in every need
So true, my darling.
and will your every hunger feed and satisfy your every good desire.
So glad, my Lord.
Friendship of this world is enmity against God. And whosoever is a friend of this world is an enemy to God. The carnal mind and its expressions, tendencies, fancies, and pleasures, they are detrimental. As I say, the enmity which is written is enmity against God. It's hostility. In other words, hostileness. You find some people very hostile to some others. But the enmity that is in man is hostileness, hostility against God. And whosoever is a friend of this world is an enemy to God. Automatically, you will find when that friendship of the world is expressed in you, you will become to be physically, personally hostile.
Yes, sir.
Yet actually mean, mad, and destructive. That's why you are required to guard against all such things and live in the personalness and impersonalness, God's actual presence, knowing that God is with you now, henceforth, and forever, throughout all eternity. Operative and expressive, incorruptible and undefiled, and will not fade away. I thank you.